talk. I was thinking, and it hurt my head. But I remember things from before. I think I knew a woman. Or maybe I was a woman. Ah, it hurts. Sure. I'm going back to doing what I was doing.
These are the minions of the Master. The average super mutant, which has the intellectual capacity of a 4-year-old, and the intelligent ones being few and far between, mostly staying at the church or at Mariposa military base. It is possible that by the time the average super mutant would come back to report what they had already found, they would forget it, including Vault 33. Of course, Vault 33 is a new addition, and the new vault in Southern California for the TV show 25-ish years later is way outside of the scope for any planning Interplay or Bethesda later on could have made. The primary purpose of the lore, guys, is to serve the games or the TV show, but that doesn't mean we can't make this story fit based on the context clues given to us. After the Master was exiled from Vault City for murder and became a grotesque desktop computer, he realized that in order to create the perfect super mutants, the subjects had to be unirradiated. Beginning access was no easy feat. Most vaults were heavily defended and had near impenetrable doors that could only be opened from the inside, so the Master would have to start small without gaining the attention of the wasteland as a whole. But this would prove challenging. The Master began to gather test subjects from local human communities. The process was slow, hampered by their scarcity, but over the next 30 years he built up small forests of super mutants, until the Great Winter of 2130 caused a shortage of specimens, making it difficult to expand his army further. From 2131 to 2135, the Master started to abduct caravans for human subjects. Most of the caravan disappearances were blamed on desert monsters, steering away suspicion. Starting in 2137, the Master began to mass-produce super mutants, with 1 in 6 being successful super mutants, and only the 6th making it into the Unity. It wasn't until 53 years after the Master was created did he move into a demo vault in Los Angeles. This was not a numbered vault. But you have to remember, it was a publicity and technology demonstration stage with no real connection to Vault Tech communication systems, which would immediately collapse the moment the first bomb impacted. The Master did not have the location of all the vaults. The Enclave did, though, and they only sent the all-clear signals when they have use for a vault. Also, not all vaults were advertised pre-war. I'd imagine Vault 33 was one of them, seeing as Vault Tech's management was stationed here. In fact, I suspect due to Vault Tech's probable ties with the Enclave, hinted by the pre-war government contracts and the pre-war Enclave's cooperation, Vault 33 may have been one of the few protected by the Enclave aboard Poseidon oil rig. Even in the TV show, Wilzig knew who Lucy was, meaning someone in the Enclave has real-time information from Vault 33. The Enclave have had information about every vault. Even after the destruction of Poseidon oil rig, they may have had connection to Vault 33 in particular. But despite that, remember, the Master found Vault 13 just because the Vault Dweller told the water merchants about the vault. Assuming Overseer Hank and Rose were the first to leave Vault 33, they missed being spotted by the Master's forces by over a century. Even if the Master did find Vault 33, and the Master knew about their general dimensions and estimated the population from, radar scans, then coupled with the fact that he was building his army in secret over many decades, using the Children of the Cathedral as a mask and distraction for his true goals, he may have decided invading these vaults was too risky, as he didn't want to spook the denizens of the Boneyard by acting too hastily and end up rallying them together against him and cutting his plans of conquest short before they could even gain momentum. My final point is that Vault 33 is shown to be near St. Monica Pier inside of Los Angeles. On the eastern outskirts of the city lies the Gunrunner factory, where they first settled as a weapons manufacturer around 2161, but were limited in their trading due to the Nest of Deathclaws to their west. Even a fortress belonging to the Rippers was wiped out by the Deathclaws, becoming a scourge to the area by 2161. If the gunrunners, the regulators, and the gangs had issues with the Deathclaw hive so much that it affected trade there and actively destroyed them, then the Master may not find it worth sacrificing perhaps hundreds of mutants to just reach Vault 33 for maybe 50 prime subjects.
Do you join the Unity, or do you die here?
Join.
Die!
Join.
Die!